are there certain jobs for which an MSF is actually preferable to an MBA?
I don't know that one is necessarily better than the other. I will tell you that as you get further in your career, you're going to be in, as you get into management and higher up, all of a sudden you have to take into account more than just what the financial model says or what's going on in the financial markets. As you get higher up, you all of a sudden have to take into account the customer experience and marketing and operations and supply chain and all of these different disciplines that, if it's two people sitting down for the same job, that might give the person with an MBA an edge. If it's a role where they see it advancing into senior leadership, where all of a sudden you have to have this broad-based understanding of everything that's going on. If the role is at an investment bank or at a private equity group or at a hedge fund, right? Maybe it's portfolio management. You could very easily make the case that the master's in finance is the superior degree because it's more focused, and that role at an investment bank, portfolio management, et cetera, isn't necessarily going to arc into something where you're having to juggle an operations fiasco with a plant in China.
It's like the specialist, the eighth inning guy who comes in whose job is to throw to left-handed hitters. He's a lefty, and your job is to get one out. That's it. Right. That sounds like it's minimizing. But really what I was driving at is the idea of a specialist. There is a kind of gig where, and there's honor in that, if you want to look at it that way, where the best guy at that thing, it sounds like, could be an MSF who is so good at this that when you fit it into the larger. And so what are examples of those jobs? I think you listed a few of them.
Yeah. And by the way, it's not to say that an MSF couldn't go into senior leadership and run the company and handle the operations meltdown in China, right? That's not necessarily the case, because once you're in a company, you're going to get great experience, you'll get exposure to the other departments, et cetera. I'm just saying, strictly on an interview based on your resume, that might be the difference.
Calling card, right, exactly.
Yeah, exactly. What might be some roles? So I think portfolio management is certainly one of them. Think about, I went to Kellogg, the Northwestern Endowment Office. They are managing a $10 billion endowment for the university. They might be more interested in having an MSF than they would in having an MBA. I don't know that, but that's the kind of role where it's going to fit in. Anywhere where they're hiring for a CFA, Chartered Financial Analyst, which is a designation that you can get in the financial industry. It takes a couple of years and some pretty intense examinations. Anywhere hiring for a CFA, that's certainly the kind of job that, and it would be appealing for someone with an MSF.